Hey guys, I want to share with you tonight this dream sequence that I've been having. It was much through a little bit at the end of March and all through April, and really progressed. And I had another one this morning, and it really just capped off. And the Holy Spirit really just gave me this revelation of part of it. And so I'm really excited to share this with you. There's a piece at the end that is outstanding that I can't wait to share with you guys. So through all of these dreams, it started off where I was seeing like a little bit of snow, and every time I would have a dream, there'd be more snow, more snow. First, I'm like, okay, this is just a little bit of PTSD from the harsh winter we had up here in the Midwest, but it's definitely not it. Every time I was seeing a little bit more snow, more snow. And then last week, I had this dream where I was driving down the interstate or down this road, and the snow was super deep, and I was in my truck, and I was trying and someone was in front of me making tracks for me. And I was trying to get my truck in the tracks because the snow was like 3-4 feet deep. And I was just trying to get my truck in those tracks so I could keep going. And then I kept on like kind of like fishtailing, sliding off almost into the median. And something just kept telling me to like, get back on track. Just get back on track. I just kept hearing that. And so then this morning I had this other dream, and I'm out in the snow again. And this time it's like up to my chest almost. The snow just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And God is out in front of me. We're snowshoeing, and he's taking these big steps, and he's plowing the way for me again. And instantly in that dream, I'm already thinking about my past dreams with all the snow. I'm thinking about that person who was out driving in front of me, making the tracks. I'm like, wow, was that God again in that dream that was like plowing, making these tracks for me? Because I see God now in front in this dream, making the footsteps for me to follow. And I'm trying to jump in and follow these footsteps. And I'm just, and they started getting longer and bigger and bigger. And it was hard. And I really had to focus. And it almost seemed impossible to jump from big step to big step in these big footholes that I needed to go in. And really think about that as being children, right? And you're trying to follow your dad's footsteps sometimes. And that the steps are really big. They're hard to follow. But this is really encouraging you guys. A lot of times, when we're thinking about this snow cover, we're thinking about this fresh covering and these new beginnings, and it's fresh, and we're into the spring season. And so thinking about snow, it's kind of weird, right? Because now we're thinking green grass, we're thinking all this new growth. But snow also is this fresh covering, these new, fresh beginnings, okay? And so, but as it starts to pile up, it can start getting really overwhelming. Even if you're in this new season, you've been looking forward to this new season, sometimes the new really starts to pile up, and it gets really stressful as well, just like when we're in the old. And so we really have to be careful of how we're viewing that and into the new. And this is where it gets really cool. And so I'm thinking about this and how amazing this is, that God's the one that's plowing the way, and it's making sense of all these past dreams that I've had now with this one singular dream, now that I get to actually see him trudging the way in front of me. So that scene right there really pulls in about 10 to 15 other dreams that make sense for me now. And then the Holy Spirit's like, thy word is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. And that's from Psalms 119, 105. And so I start digging into this a little bit deeper. And thy word is a lamp unto my feet. And obviously we think of that lamp, right? We always think of light. We're like, okay, yeah, you're shining a light on it. But if you really, and you start digging into the meanings of these words, which is something that I love to do, that I've been doing a lot of this last year. If you look into that word lamp, you're going to find that an original meaning of that word is actually to plow or to break up. And so now this is happening. I'm like, that's exactly what was happening in these dreams. Is God was out in front plowing the way. He was breaking up the ground for me to continue on. Think about it if you've ever been out on a big hike or you're trudging through the snow. After a while, it gets really tiresome and it's not fun, right? But when God is that, when he's out plowing, when he's the lamp, not just the light, he is our light too, but he's also plowing that ground in front of us, breaking up the fallow ground in front of us. That allows us then to be the light. That allows us to, when that's happening, when we realize that he's plowing and he's making the way and he's already taking those footsteps and arranging those footsteps for us to step in front of us, that allows us then to be that light that he created us to be. But first, we have to understand that he's making those footsteps for us, right? Because if we're not seeing that, then we're out there trying to plow, or we're trying to pioneer our own footsteps, and it gets tiresome. We get beat down, we get broken down, we get negative, and we can't see our own way. And so it's such an amazing piece that he's actually, that lamp is that plowing of the ground in front of us. He's making our way. So I hope this encourages you tonight. If you're in that new growth, you're in that fresh, that new beginning, right? That don't let it overwhelm you, but to focus and realize that the ground in front of you is being plowed, is being cleared, footsteps are being made for you. God is clearing the way for all of us. It's so amazing. So we can go out and be that light that he created us to truly be. You guys have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you later.